the issues that arose in terms of the removal, there was quite a few there. I mean, you sort of think you just go out and you get somebody to come and do this. And I think the thing I learned in the process was, not just going for the cheapest price. It was really making sure that the person who did it, or the company who did it, were licensed and really did know what they were doing. So I asked questions, but I think going back, I would ask more questions about the licensing, about the actual process of removal, about the preparation, and just to be really, really sure that they were taking every precaution for themselves, as well as also in terms of not leaving anything behind that could then be harmful to me in the house or anyone else visiting. I don't want that to be a problem. And also, because I was going to go in and renovate, I'd be personally doing a lot of work on the house, as well as bringing in tradespeople and family who've been helping me in the process as well. I don't want to expose any of them to any issues. I think that there probably should be maybe a list of just basic questions. What do you need to ask? And the one thing I didn't check was licensing. I didn't ask that question. I actually didn't know at that time to ask that question. I probably should have. Are you licensed? Do you have is there a do you have a I don't know, should I check with WorkSafe, or, can I check online to see if you're a registered asbestos removalist? I think that should be the absolute first question that anyone asks. What precautions do you take? Just ask them about the process. I did get some information about that, so I did sort of feel, yes, they know what they're doing. And writing down, I think, having it written down, what are they going to do? Because when it actually came to the job, they missed things on the job that they did for me. So I actually then had a situation, and I'll show you some photos as well of that, where some of the asbestos hadn't been removed, and I actually felt that it was in a more dangerous state than if they hadn't touched it in the first place. There was more, fibrous exposure. You could see the little fibres sort of floating in the wind. So that really concerned me, and I was like, maybe just being a little bit more firm about, okay, so you're going to do this, write it down, make sure you've agreed it, as opposed, it's not a regular builder coming in, and pulling something down or demolishing something, and then, they can come back because they forgot something. It's so important to make sure it's done really, really properly. So I think I would have been a bit more official in terms of those steps.